No, I'm saying if you rinse a grape, it's basically clean. That's just science. That's how water works. You don't gotta boil a goddamn grape. Oh, we're up. Roll it.
The strawberries in your fridge crossed 34 state lines to get to you, and something rode along. Tonight, what the CDC decided to do about that. It's a map. That's the whole plan. Then, a man lay at the bottom of a Boston escalator one February morning. The stairs kept moving. So did the commuters. We'll tell you how long that lasted.
And the grown man drained an entire cranberry bog to trap a woman who wasn't even in the county, and a bird ruined it. I have to tell somebody or I'll explode.
I'm Kiki. That's Sloan. Aubrey Jo's already yelling. Blaze is at the weather desk. And heads up, sweethearts. Weather's coming early tonight. She was very firm about it.
Friday the 17th, episode 50. This is Broadcast 404 Live. Roll it.
Strong language, adult themes, satire, and one honest heads up. We open on a thing crawling around your salad, so maybe finish your dinner first. Or don't, that's a you problem. I love you, let's go.
Okay, plainly, there's a parasite called Cyclospora going around the country in your fresh fruit and vegetables. It causes days of watery, explosive diarrhea, and the CDC says it's now turned up in more than 30 states since May. In Michigan alone, over 170 people got sick, more than triple last year. And the CDC's official response is a map, a color-coded map, updated once a month, and a polite list of foods to maybe rinse. That's it. That's the plan. A microscopic organism has visited more of America than most people have, and the federal government came back with a Yelp review. 3 stars. Avoid the cilantro. Would not get diarrhea again.
Now see, sweetie, I don't need a chart to tell me the lettuce isn't right. My grandmother could smell a bad crate from the driveway, and she buried 3 husbands who all went the same way. And not once did she blame the strawberries.
Hiki, that's actually the whole nightmare. Nobody can find the crate. The CDC admits there's no single outbreak, no common source, no farm to point at. Everyone's produce comes from the same handful of places, and the supply chain is so tangled that 34 states got sick. And the honest answer to "from what" is a shrug wearing a lab coat. So the safest thing you can eat this 4th of July weekend is the one thing at the cookout nobody wanted. The boiled hot dog. 20 people are hospitalized, the government handed you a map, and somewhere a strawberry is winning. Rinse your strawberries.
Hey, this couldn't sit through a whole segment, so look at the map. Minneapolis is 93 degrees with 50-mile-an-hour winds, and Boston, 1,200 miles east, is 54-mile winds under a clear sky. No front, no storm connecting them. 2 cities getting shoved that hard, and the space between them is calm. And I brought the log, like I said I would. The page with "clear" written 11 times over 11 storm days. In my handwriting. I stared at it this morning, and then I put it face down because... Anyway, which is the exact shape of a thing I saw today. There's a food supply cyber attack. A company called Nichide. Their cold chain went down, and the nuclear plant's data leaked the same week. Everyone's food comes through the same few cold rooms. My grandfather wrote "clear" over a storm. Somebody wrote "operational" over a cold room going dark. Forecast. 93 degrees, a 50-mile wind with nothing behind it, and a logbook that reads "clear" on days it stormed. Someone always holds the pen on the record. Back to you.
You put the page face down. You said you'd bring it and look at it. You all right?
I'm fine. I brought it. Looking's a separate promise. I'll get to the clear days.
Sweetie, a face-down page is just a page taking a nap. You'll turn it over when you're ready, and not 1 second before. Come sit.
Blaze just told me a page is taking a nap, and a cold room is going dark. Aubrey Jo's in the garage, where the only thing going dark is Derek's entire dignity.
Buddy, my dignity's been dark since 2019, but Derek's is a whole separate power outage. And I got the video. Still in my phone, still not sent, don't ask.
Nobody asked. Go.
Okay, the Open Championship, and I need you sitting down. Lucas Herbert and Sam Burns both shot the lowest score in the fucking history of major golf. Ever! In 150 years of grown men in ugly pants, nobody went lower, and 2 of them did it on the same goddamn Friday! That's not around the golf, that's a group project where both guys did all the work. And Conor McGregor lost at UFC 329, then posted that he was not on mind-altering substances, then deleted it. Buddy, nobody accused you. You lost the fight and the argument you were having with yourself in the fucking mirror. Hold on, group chat. Somebody's dog got its head stuck in a Pringles can for the 4th goddamn time this year. Same dog. Good for him. Anyway, local. Drain cranberry bog behind the Tucket Granary. Inaugural. Bog ladder toss. You stand on a plank over the muck, chuck a horseshoe onto a floating ladder rung. Farthest rung wins. Derek petitioned the co-op to run it. Entered under the Vayshell Holdings Group, LLC. And, get this, he built the whole event because it was Margaret's exact throwing motion. Designed it to lure her out. What a fucking plan. She didn't come. 2 towns over. So Derek's out there tossing horseshoes at a ladder in a bog. Alone. For a rival who has no idea he exists. And on his best throw, a heron standing on the top rung just picks the horseshoe up in its beak and flies off with it. No throw counted. Event abandoned. Man built a whole seance and the ghost didn't show. Still limping from the log thing, by the way. Poor bastard.
He drained a bog and invented a horseshoe sport to lure out a woman who was, at that exact moment, across the county line, buttering a scone.
Oh, but a heron chose him, sweetie. That's a bird with taste flying off with his little horseshoe. And honestly, if a man built a whole bog just to see me throw, I'd at least send a card.
Kiki, he doesn't need a card. He needs Margaret to know the bog exists. And yeah, fine, I've got the one guy's whole fucking life in my phone and haven't hit send, so I'm shutting up before I have to arrest myself again.
Okay, this one is genuinely awful, and I can't stop thinking about it. A man fell at the bottom of an escalator at a Boston subway station earlier this year, and the medical examiner reportedly ruled the cause of death. He was strangled by his own clothing. The escalator kept running, and his shirt did the rest.
The part they buried is how long it went on. Reportedly, the footage shows people stepping around him for a long stretch before an MBTA worker finally hit the stop button. Not 100 people. Enough of them.
Early in the morning, and everybody had a train to catch. His sister said it changed how she sees people, Sloan. And honestly, she's the one I keep aching for. She's the only one who walked away seeing it clearly.
There's a button on the escalator. It says, stop. It's been there the whole time. The machine wasn't the problem. Everybody just assumed the machine was somebody else's to turn off.
So here's my only ask, sweethearts. Learn where that red button is on the next escalator you ride. And if a man is down at the bottom of one, you're allowed to be the person who's late. Be gloriously, unforgivably late. Loose ends. Friday, so let's clean out the drawer. I've got one, Blaze has one, Aubrey Jo's got whatever she's not sending. Sloan, you first. You've been sitting on something.
The Cyclospora thing. I looked it up after the segment. The CDC dashboard that updates monthly, It last updated June 16th, so the map everyone's watching is, as of tonight, 31 days old. The parasite is current. The map is a month behind. That's the whole public health apparatus in one out-of-date PDF.
A month? People are getting sick right now off a map from a month ago. That's like calling a goddamn game off last week's score.
And it's the same shape as the food chain thing. Nichire's cold storage went dark this week. Everyone's produce moves through the same few rooms, and the record of what's in them updates once a month. The lag is where the sickness lives.
See, that's why I trust the woman at the farm stand over any dashboard. She updates hourly, sweetie, and she's never once been a month behind on a tomato.
The farm stand and the CDC agree on exactly one thing this week. Nobody's sure where it came from. One of them just admits it faster. That's the loose end, and it stays loose. Rinse the strawberries.
Mailbag. And since our inbox is still a little shy, we settle a fight instead. Sloan and I have been going at it since lunch. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Because tonight I called the boiled hot dog the safest food at the cookout, and now she won't let it go.
It's not that it's a sandwich, Kiki. It's that you spent the whole show defending the one food nobody chooses on purpose. You didn't win the parasite argument. You just outlived every strawberry.
A hot dog is a taco. It's structurally a taco. Bread comes up from the bottom, meat in the middle. That's a taco, and I will fight the entire Ohio Supreme Court about it.
It's neither. It's the only cookout food with no listed ingredients and no recall history. Nobody knows what's in it, so nobody can tell you it's contaminated. That's not safe. That's just unsearchable.
Blaze, sweetie, that is the most upsetting thing anyone has said all night, and I am going to a barbecue on Sunday. Okay, you at home, drop us a comment on any video. I read every single one. The station keeps telling me we need the numbers, and I'll be honest, I just like knowing who's out there. I keep the kind ones. Come be one of the kind ones.
I looked it up. The red stop button on the T escalators is at the bottom, on the side panel, low. I don't know why I know that now. I just do.
You memorized the location of a button in a city you don't live in.
Might need it. Anyway.
Sweethearts, episode 50, and I baked something to market. And then I remembered the whole show tonight was about produce that's trying to kill you. So it's a plain yellow cake. Boiled hot dog energy. Nothing fresh got near it. It's safe, and it's yours. And I'll see you Monday.
I opened my grandfather's log to a clear day. An actual clear day. No storm to write over. Monday, I'll tell you the one word he wrote. It's not clear. Night.
I'm sending Darius the heron footage this weekend. Actually this time. To an actual number. I had money on Margaret showing and she didn't. So the garage book and I are both taking the weekend off. Night, you gorgeous idiots.
50 of these, and tonight the closing image is a strawberry running up the score on 34 states in a war it doesn't even know it enlisted in. That's it. That's the champion. Wash your fruit. Boo the salad. And I'll be back Monday to lose to a berry again. Good night.
Okay, the hard one. The one from the person who used the exact right word for it. I've had it open for a week because I keep thinking I don't have the right to say I understand. I do, though. I'm answering it tonight. Before I lose the nerve,